Hello and welcome back. How are you today? I'm really glad you're here, right now, because if you're listening to this, I know one thing about you already. You care. You care about your English, you care about your progress, and maybe, deep down, you care because this language, it represents more than just words. It represents connection, opportunity, a version of you that feels more free, more confident, more understood. But here's the thing, when you care a lot, it's easy to give too much, to push too hard, to expect too fast, to demand more than your mind or heart can give in one day. And that's when something dangerous happens, not failure, not mistakes, but burnout. Burnout is quiet at first. It's the tired sigh before you open your textbook. It's the sudden frustration when you forget a simple word. It's skipping your lesson, not because you're lazy, but because your brain says, I need a break. And I want to talk about that, because learning English should be a joy, a challenge, yes, but also a source of life, not a weight, not a punishment. So let's begin this journey gently. And thank you for showing up here, for listening, for giving yourself this space to reflect. Let me tell you about Nina. Nina is from Italy. She started learning English because she wanted to study abroad. She was full of motivation, studied every day, took notes, watched videos, practiced with friends. But 2 months in, she stopped. No lessons, no reading, no interest. I don't know what happened. She told me, but I did. She burned out. She tried to learn everything all at once. She didn't rest. She didn't let it be fun. And when it stopped being joyful, her brain shut down. This is more common than you think. So I asked her, what would happen if we made English feel like kindness instead of a chore? We started small, 10 minutes a day, listening to music she loved, speaking to herself in the mirror, no grammar checks, just self-talk. She smiled more, her energy came back, and slowly, her love for the language returned. That's what I want for you. So today, we begin a new way, a softer way, a smarter way, a way that honors your energy, your pace, your joy, because burnout doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've been strong for too long without resting. And real learning, it needs rest, it needs breath. In the next part, we'll talk about the warning signs of burnout and how to notice them before they take over. But for now, whisper this, I'm allowed to rest. And I can still grow even when I slow down. You don't need to suffer to succeed. Not here. Not with English. Not with yourself. Let's slow down. Because sometimes when you go too fast, your heart can't keep up. And when your heart feels tired, even the smallest task feels heavy. That's where burnout begins. It doesn't shout. It whispers. It hides in places like I'll study tomorrow. I just don't feel like it anymore. Why am I still making the same mistakes? And suddenly, English doesn't feel like a dream. It feels like a job you didn't ask for. So let's shine a light on the signs of burnout. Not to blame you, but to understand you better. Here's what burnout might look like. You used to be excited about English, but now you feel nothing. You keep learning, but forget everything the next day. You avoid practice because it makes you feel stupid. You feel guilty every time you rest. Does any of that feel familiar? If yes, you're not alone, I promise. Let me tell you about Marco. Marco is from Brazil, a smart, focused learner. He used to study for 2 hours every day, grammar, vocabulary, YouTube videos, podcasts. But one day, he messaged me, I think I hate English now. I asked, why? He said, because I'm tired, but I don't know how to stop. That's what burnout does. It confuses you. It makes you think you hate the thing you actually love because you haven't given it space to breathe. So here's what we did. We made a gentle plan. 5 things. 1. No more than 30 minutes a day. 2. 1 day each week, no English at all. 3. Replace perfection with play. 4. Track feelings, not just progress. 5. Celebrate small moments of joy. After 1 month, he wrote back, I feel like myself again. English feels light again, and that's what I want for you. Learning a language is a relationship with words, with culture, with yourself. If you never rest, you lose that connection. So today, I invite you to pause. Ask yourself, how do I feel when I study English? If the answer is tired, stressed, or numb, it's time to shift. You don't need to quit. You just need to care for your energy. Because English is not a race, it's a rhythm. And the more you honor your rhythm, the more alive this journey will feel. In the next part, we'll explore how to create a routine that feels like self-care, not self-punishment. But for now, take this with you. I can go slow, I can rest, and I can still become the English speaker I dream of being. Let's create something together today. Not a schedule, not a strict plan, but a rhythm, a soft routine that supports your heart and mind. Because when it comes to learning English, consistency doesn't have to mean pressure. It can mean peace. Let me tell you about Amina. Amina is from Egypt. She's a mother of 2 and works full-time. When she came to me, she said, I want to learn, but I have no time. And when I do find time, I'm too tired. So we tried something different. We didn't ask, how much can you do? We asked, what can you do with love? And here's the routine we built together. Morning, 5 to 10 minutes. While brushing her teeth, she listened to a voice note in English, something calming, something kind. During the day, 1 English word she used in her thoughts, just 1. Evening, she'd write 3 sentences about her day in a small notebook. Once a week, she watched 1 episode of a show she liked, with English subtitles. No pressure to understand everything, just watch, enjoy, relax. That was it. No heavy textbooks, no guilt, no rush. And you know what happened. She stayed consistent. For the first time ever. Why? Because the routine wasn't built on perfection, it was built on care. She said, I don't feel behind anymore. I feel connected. And that's the point. Language is not just about speaking, it's about feeling safe, curious, and alive in the process. So what about you? What's one tiny practice that could fit into your day? It could be whispering 1 sentence while you wash dishes, writing 1 word on a sticky note and seeing it every morning. Watching 1 video like this one and simply listening. The magic isn't in the size, it's in the softness. Soft routines stick, harsh ones break. So let's promise each other this, no more punishing ourselves in the name of progress, only nourishing, only caring, only building a habit of love. In the next part, we'll talk about letting go of guilt, the guilt of skipping study days, the guilt of forgetting, the guilt of being human. But for now, say this out loud with me, I deserve a learning journey that feels kind, and I'm allowed to build it slowly, with care. Let's talk about guilt, that heavy, quiet feeling that whispers, you should have studied more, you're not trying hard enough, you skipped yesterday. Again, it's a feeling that sticks, even when you're doing your best, even when life is already hard enough. And the worst part, guilt doesn't help you study better. It just makes you want to stop altogether. Let me tell you about Hassan. Hassan moved to the UK from Jordan. He had a goal become fluent in 1 year. He started strong classes, podcasts, daily writing. But then life got messy. His job got stressful. His family needed more time. He missed a few days. And then he disappeared from his lessons. When we spoke again, he looked down and said, I failed. But he didn't fail. He just felt guilty. He let 1 missed day become shame. He let 1 pause become a story, I'm not good enough. That's what guilt does. It tells you that rest is wrong, that being human is failure. But here's the truth. Guilt is not a teacher. Kindness is. So we made a new rule, no more guilt for missed days. Instead, we practiced this mindset. If I miss a day, I don't owe punishment, I owe gentleness. I asked him to write this sentence in his notebook every evening. I am still a learner. I am still allowed to grow. That simple sentence changed him. He came back to class. He started laughing again. He remembered why he started English in the first place, not to impress anyone, but to connect. So if you've been carrying guilt, let it go. You're not a machine. You're a person with real emotions, real responsibilities, real needs, and that's okay. If you skipped a day, welcome back. If you forgot everything today, you're still welcome. If you feel behind, that doesn't mean you are. What matters is that you're here, still listening, still caring, still hoping. In the next part, we'll talk about progress, what it really looks like, and how to recognize it even when it's quiet. But for now, speak this truth to yourself. I will not let guilt be my guide. I will let grace lead me instead. Let's talk about progress. Not the kind that shows up in test scores, not the kind that makes others say, wow, but the quiet kind, the kind that no one sees but you feel it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever caught yourself understanding a sentence you used to miss, or remembered a word right before giving up, or felt less afraid to speak, even if you still made mistakes? That's progress. It doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it whispers, not shouts. Let me tell you about Hana. Hana is from South Korea. She came to me one day and said, I don't think I'm improving. I asked, why? She said, because I still make mistakes. So I gave her a challenge. Write down everything you can do today that you couldn't do 6 months ago. It took her a while, but when she finished, the list surprised her. I can order coffee without fear. I can understand 70% of my favorite show. I can write a full paragraph without a dictionary. She smiled, because for the first time, she saw her own journey. Sometimes we don't feel progress because we only look forward. We forget to look back. And when we only chase what's next, we forget to celebrate what's here. So I want to invite you to pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what have I done that the old me would be proud of? It could be anything. Finishing one full video like this one, practicing even when you felt shy, coming back after a break. That's real growth. You see, we often think success means fluency, but I think success means courage. Courage to keep going. Courage to return after stopping. Courage to believe in yourself, even when it's hard. So today, I want you to do something powerful. Write down 3 small wins from this week. Just 3. And say them out loud, to yourself, with pride. Because your progress matters. Even if no one else claps, even if you still feel unsure, you are growing. In the next part, we'll talk about building confidence from the inside out, not by speaking perfectly, but by speaking anyway. But for now, take this with you. Every small step counts, and I'm already further than I think. Let's talk about confidence, not the fake kind that's loud and perfect, the quiet kind, the kind that says, I'll speak even if I make mistakes, because real confidence isn't built in silence, it's built in the mess, the pauses, what's the word again? Moments. Let me tell you about Elijah. Elijah is from Nigeria, brilliant writer, shy speaker. He told me, I always wait until I'm ready, but I never feel ready. Sound familiar? Many learners think confidence comes first, that one day they'll feel brave and then speak. But here's the truth. Confidence comes after action, not before. We don't wait for courage. We practice courage. So I gave Elijah a small mission every day. Speak 1 sentence aloud. Doesn't matter what, doesn't matter how, just speak. He started in his room, then with his dog, then with his reflection. Eventually, he joined a conversation club. His grammar still not perfect, but his eyes, they stopped looking down, because he wasn't waiting anymore. He was living, and that's the shift I want for you. Confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to keep going even when fear is present. And when you do that enough times, the fear gets quieter. So today, can you say 1 sentence out loud right now? Even maybe it's I'm learning, I'm trying. That's enough. Or maybe I can speak, even if I pause. Say it again, a little louder. Let it land. Let it remind you your voice deserves to be heard even while it's growing. In the next part, we'll wrap up this journey. We'll return to your why, the reason you started learning English in the first place. But for now, remember this: confidence is not something you find, it's something you build. One word at a time. Here we are. You've come so far not just through this video, but through your journey, and I'm proud of you. Not because you were perfect, but because you stayed, you listened, you cared. Today, I want to bring you back to something simple: your why. Why did you start learning English? Not the reason you wrote in school, but the one that lives in your heart. Maybe it's because you want to travel, or connect with someone special, or get a job that opens a new chapter in your life. Maybe it's because you want to prove to yourself that you can, whatever it is, hold on to it. Because when learning feels hard, your why is your light. Let me tell you about Ayu. Ayu is from Indonesia. She told me her reason for learning English was so my daughter can be proud of me. She didn't care about tests or certificates. She cared about walking beside her daughter, understanding her favorite songs, helping her with homework. That was her why. And every time she wanted to quit, she'd whisper, "This is for her, this is for us." And she'd begin again. So, what about you? What are you learning for? Take a moment, write it down. I'm learning English because... Then finish the sentence with your truth. That truth, it's more powerful than any textbook. It's your compass. And when you feel tired or lost or unsure, come back to it. Say it again. Let it hold you up. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to grow, to connect, to become the most alive version of yourself. And if you've made it this far listening, feeling, reflecting, then you're already doing something incredible. You're not burned out, you're burning bright again. So as we close this series, take this with you. You can rest. You can slow down. You can still be amazing. Your voice matters. Your effort matters. And you matter more than you know. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me, for trusting yourself, for giving your English journey the gentleness it deserves. And remember, this isn't goodbye. This is just a new beginning with more softness, more strength, and more joy. We'll meet again soon. Until then, keep your heart open, your pace gentle, and your why close.